Welcome back, everyone, to this Explainer. If you're tuning in, I know you're the kind of focused learner who doesn't just want to blindly deploy new tech, you really want to understand and control it. And that brings us to a super timely topic today. We're diving into a really powerful framework from Anasup Consulting called Guarding the Gavel, Master Your AI's Decision Logic. Now, to put things into perspective, by the time we hit 2025, a vast majority of enterprise decisions are going to involve automated AI systems in some capacity. It's happening fast. So, as AI gets deeply baked into how we all operate, the big question of who is actually in control has literally never been more urgent. Let's get ready to decode the mechanics of AI authority.
So think about a traditional courtroom for a second. The gavel represents absolute, undeniable authority, right? When that gavel strikes, boom, a definitive verdict is reached. Now I want you to translate that image over to your automated systems. Who actually holds the gavel when your AI makes a decision? Is it you? Or have you maybe unknowingly handed that wooden mallet over to some lines of code? Honestly, this is the looming threat that every modern leader and developer is facing right now. Because if you can't explicitly point to exactly where the final authority lies in your system, well, you might have already surrendered the gavel without even realizing it.
Okay, let's dive right into this and start with Section 1, the AI Decision Dilemma, where we navigate the constant tension between speed and reliability.
To actually solve this dilemma, we first need to define the battlefield, and that means understanding decision logic. Basically, decision logic is the internal reasoning, the specific algorithms, and the exact criteria an AI uses to arrive at a definitive conclusion. It's kind of like the AI's internal compass. Now, whether you're a deeply technical engineer or a big-picture strategist, grasping this is absolutely non-negotiable. Look at it this way. If an AI denies a bank loan, or approves a medical scan, or, accidentally orders 10,000 staplers for a tiny remote office, it didn't just guess. It used its decision logic. So the bottom line is, if you don't understand the specific criteria it used to get there, you simply cannot trust the outcome.
And that brings us to what is arguably the single most critical word in this entire framework, before, as in how to manage your AI before it makes the wrong decision. Think about it. Most management strategies out there today are completely reactive, right? An AI makes a catastrophic error, and then everyone scrambles around trying to figure out what went wrong. But waiting for that bad decision to happen is simply too late. The damage is already done. We have to completely shift our paradigm to acting before the strike of the gavel.
Which leads us perfectly into Section 2, Guarding the Gavel, and how we actually move toward proactive authority.
Now, what's really interesting about this is the stark contrast between unmanaged and managed systems. An unmanaged AI is essentially a machine just swinging the gavel completely blind. It gobbles up data, runs it through some unchecked logic, and then pounds the desk with verdicts that could be wildly off base. It's basically pure chaos masquerading as efficiency. But contrast that with a managed AI. Here, the AI is still doing the heavy lifting, processing data at lightning speed for sure, but the final authority? That is securely guarded by human intention. It's literally the difference between crossing your fingers and hoping for the best versus engineering for absolute certainty.
So how do we actually do this? Let's get into Section 3, Managing AI Decision Logic, and look at how to intervene structurally.
The team at Anasup Consulting gives us a really clear mandate here. Master your AI's decision logic. And I want to highlight the word master for a second, because mastery isn't just passive observation. It's not just sitting back. It implies deep, structural participation. It means you aren't just reading the reports the AI spits out at the end of the day. You are actively designing, tweaking, and auditing the very reasoning processes it uses to generate those reports in the first place. We really have to step up from being mere users of AI to becoming true masters of its internal logic.
Let's break down the anatomy of an automated decision so you can see exactly how to achieve that mastery. Step 1 is data intake. Basically, what is the AI actually looking at? Step 2 is logic processing. This is where the AI applies its rules. And Step 3 is the verdict, the strike of the gavel. But the secret sauce to this whole framework is really the fourth element, human intervention points. To manage the logic, you have to actively engineer pause buttons into those first 3 steps. You need an intervention point during intake to check data quality, and another one during processing to audit the algorithm. Structuring your decisions this way is exactly how you guard the gavel.
Moving into our final section, Section 4, Preventing the Wrong Decision. Let's look at the incredible power of proactive prevention.
Let's see how all of this builds into a direct, 3-step evolution. Step 1, understand the logic. This is where you map out the AI's brain. Step 2, guard the gavel. This is where you establish absolute oversight and build in those critical human intervention points we just talked about. And if you strictly follow steps 1 and 2, it inevitably leads to step 3, prevent wrong decisions. You're actually intercepting the flawed reasoning before the gavel falls. It's a perfect logical chain reaction, right? Mastery leads to oversight, and oversight leads to prevention.
We've mapped out the architecture of control today, but I want to leave you with one final, pretty provocative thought. I want you to look really closely at your own automated systems, the software running your operations right now. Is your AI's gavel truly guarded, or are you just sitting back, crossing your fingers, and waiting for a catastrophic decision to force your hand? Mastery requires action, so don't wait for the gavel to drop. Take control of the logic today. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep learning, and I will see you next time.